Good morning, students. Let us continue with the chapter Nature of Matter. But before starting, let us have a quick review of what we had studied in our last class. So, what have we studied till now in this chapter is like this. We have studied what are the natural materials, what are the man-made or synthetic materials, what is classification? What is matter? We have studied all the three states of matter, that is the solid, liquid and gas. Also we have seen the arrangement of particles in all the three states of matter, and we have studied the properties of solids, liquids and gases. I hope you remember this. Let us continue with our today's topic. Today our topic is properties of matter. Earlier we have studied the properties of solids, liquids and gases separately, independently. But today we will discuss the common properties of matter. So the first property of matter is the transparency. Let us try to understand this property with an activity. Here in this activity we have to take a glass tumbler and we have to try to see a burning candle through it. What will we observe? We will observe that we can see the candle through this glass tumbler. So we can conclude that this glass, it is a transparent material. On the other hand, if we try to see this burning candle through this piece of wood, we will observe that we cannot see the candle on the other side of the tumbler. That means this wood, it is an opaque material. Now, the question is, why could we see through the glass and why could not we see through the wood? Well, the answer is because this glass is such a material which allow light to pass through it, and wood is such a material which does not allow light to pass through it. You can see very clear in the picture, no? This side, from this side, light is falling on this glass piece, and this light, it can pass through this glass. But here you can see the light falling on it, it is not able to pass through it. It is just going back in the same direction. It is not passing this wooden piece. Therefore, this glass, it is a transparent material, and this wood, it is an opaque material. So how can we define transparent materials? Materials which allow light to pass through them, as we saw in the picture. So which allow light to pass through them, they are called transparent materials. Example is not only glass, air, clean water, thin polythene sheet. They all are the transparent materials through which we can look. You see here the pictures, we can see very clear the tile inside this swimming pool. Why? Because this water is transparent material. Here we can see the fish inside this glass jar. Here we can see the different colored water inside the flask. Why? Because glass is a transparent material. Here also you can see, even the window is shut, we can see outside. And when we will open it, then also we will be able to see outside. Why? Because air is also transparent material. Here you see this reading glass, it is also transparent. Because of that only we can read the books, isn't it? So these all, they are the transparent materials. So how can we define this property? Transparency. This is the property, na? So this, the property of a material to allow the light to pass through them. This property is called transparency. Now, how can we define opaque materials? Materials which do not allow light to pass through them are called opaque materials. Examples are book, wall, wood, concrete, metal, dark colored plastic, and many more are there. Here you can see some pictures are there. Wall, this is an opaque object. This person, he is not able to see through it now. What is behind this wall? He can't see. We can't see what is there behind the wall. Here also you can see. Here you see this book. It is transparent. Wall, this apple, it is not allowing this light to pass through it. So this apple, it is also an opaque object. So the opaque objects are such which don't allow light to pass through them, and that's why we cannot see the objects behind them. Now, other than these two types of materials, that means the transparent materials and the opaque materials, there is one more type of material that is called the translucent materials. Here you see the picture. This apple, from this side we can see very clear. Here we can see it, faint figure is there. No, it's not very clear. Butter paper, this type of cloth, balloon, behind the balloon, we can see little bit, not very clear. And it's not like that we cannot see at all. We can see, but little bit we can see behind the balloon. In the same way, these colored glass, we can see little bit behind these objects. So this type of object which through which we can see a little bit, they are called the translucent materials. And why we can see, we cannot see very clear and a little bit? Because they allow only some amount of light to pass through them. So this type of materials which allow only some amount of light to pass through them, they are known as translucent materials. Now, if we see all these three types of materials together, three types of materials means the transparent materials, the opaque materials, and the translucent materials. So it is something like this. See here, this is a transparent material. You can see the light, all light, it passes through this transparent material. And this is a translucent material through which some light passes. See here you can see some light is passing through this opaque object. Translucent object. And this is an opaque object through which no light can pass. Here also you can see this is a transparent object through which we can see the whole face of this boy, but here it is opaque, so we can't see the face of the object. Here also you can say this is transparent, this is translucent, and this is opaque. Here also you can see this side, this part of the elephant is clearly visible. Here we can see a little bit, and here we cannot see. That means what? This much area, this glass slab, it is the transparent. This much area, it is the translucent, and this is opaque. So till here it was the first property of the matter. We discussed the first property, that means the transparency. Now the second property. What is the second property of matter? The second property is floating or sinking. This also we will start with an activity. Here what we have to do, we have to take some water in a mug and then we have to drop some tiny pieces of paper in it. What will we observe? Just imagine what will happen. The paper pieces will float on water, isn't it? And again we have to take water in another mug and then we have to drop some pebbles into it. Now what will we observe? Yes, the pebbles will sink in water. Now the question is why? Why paper floats in water and pebbles sink in water? You also must have seen that the heavy log of wood, oh, see how heavy it is, it floats on water. Whereas a small tiny paper clip, very lightweight, no, it sinks in water. Again the question is why? Why it happens? How do things sink and how do things float? Let us find out. So for knowing this, first of all, we have to know what happens when we put something in water. Yes, we saw just now that either it will sink or it will float. Here, water is taken in a glass and a ball is dipped into it. What will happen? Yes, this ball will dip into it. Actually, the ball, this ball and this water, they cannot be at the same place at the same time. The water, it has to make way. Here also you can see it has to make way to give some space to this ball. And that's why this water, it gets pushed up. And this is called displacement. In the same way, everything which is put in water, it displaces water. And that means it pushes water and this is called displacement. See these pictures here, just as we discussed, the ball, when we drop a ball, it goes into it. Now you see these pictures, see this experiment. Here you see this is a ball. What happens when it is placed in water? In this picture you can see some water it spills. This is a smaller ball and this is a bigger ball, no? And this ball is full of water. When we place a ball on it, some amount of water, it spills into this bigger ball, no? Now what we have to do, we have to take the weight of this ball and of this water which is displaced by this ball. See here. So see this needle. What is our observation? That ball is heavier than water displaced. Ball is heavier than the water displaced. The amount of displaced water is in this bigger ball. And we are checking the weight of these two things, the ball and the amount of water that is displaced. And what we found, that this ball is heavier than this. And that's why the ball sank into water. Now let us repeat the same experiment with a toy boat. we will put a toy boat on this ball full of water, and again this boat, it will displace some amount of water. See here in this bigger ball, the amount of water displaced has got collected, and again we have to check the weight of this paper boat and the weight of this water displaced. What is our observation? See the needle of the balance. That means the weight of this paper boat and the weight of water displaced, it is equal. Weight of toy boat is equal to the weight of water displaced. And that's why this toy boat, it floats in water. So what is our conclusion? Weight of ball is more than the weight of water displaced, and therefore it sank in water. And weight of toy boat is equal to the weight of water displaced, therefore it floats in water. So materials which are lighter than water float over it, and materials which are heavier than water sink in it. So this is the second property of matter. Today we will discuss up to here only. Next properties we will discuss in our next video. Here is assignment for you. What you have to do is that in your classwork copy you have to put today's date, chapter 3. Here you have to write the name of chapter also, nature of matter. So nature of matter, and then you give these headings, side headings, natural material, then define it, man-made material, define it, and also give examples. Classification, define it, matter, define it, and also give examples. All the definitions you will find in my last video. Constitution, then you give this topic, constitution of matter. That means how the particles are arranged in the three states of matter. So this picture is given in your book. In my video also I have given you another picture. You can draw that also. But this diagram is given in your book. That's why I gave you this also. So you can draw this also. This is the arrangement of particles in solid. This is in liquid and this is in gas. Then you have to give this side heading, properties of solids, and write all the properties. This is just a format. It's not like that only two properties are there. All the properties you have to write, properties of liquids, then properties of gases. Next side heading is properties of matter. Then you give the first property, transparency, and define it. Then you give this heading, transparent materials, define and also give example. Opaque materials, define and give example. Translucent materials, define and give examples. Second property, you give this side heading, floating and sinking, and then you write floating, and then here you write the materials which are heavier than water, which are lighter than water, they float on it, and then you give these examples. Then you give this heading, sinking, and write the materials which are heavier than water, they sink in it, and then give these examples. All the definitions you will find in today's video. So keep it done till our next class. Thank you.